Number 1, you can be yourself. At the point of meeting a person initially, or let's say during the first date or visit, there is every tendency that you want to make the right kind of impression. First impressions does matter, right? So you would want to show the best and bright part of yourself, covering up the flaws and not so perfect side of yourself. You will want to dress your best, eat carefully, be the gentleman or the prim and proper lady. Clean up the apartment, ensure you say the right thing, make the proper gestures and all of that. That's quite normal. After a while though, you should be able to ease into your normal routine, be yourself, laugh out loud, and essentially let your partner or whoever you're dating see the real you without the makeup or impressions. Nobody is perfect, and your partner should not expect perfection from you. Neither should you expect such from them as well. If you can be relaxed being yourself around that person and vice versa, you are off to a great start. A real relationship should not be filled with pretense and make-believes that would not last at the end of the day. Remember, this is someone you want to spend the rest of your life with. If you cannot be your natural self with them now, marriage would be hell. And trying to make changes later can be disastrous. Stay true to who you are and let that person know you for who you really are. A feeling of ease with your partner is a sign that you are in the right relationship. Number 2, trust. How do people manage relationships with people they don't trust or with people whom they have second thoughts about? It's quite absurd, but has become the order of the day as most people battle with trust issues with their partners. Trust is a major component that allows for a successful relationship and makes every other thing run smoothly. When you trust your partner and they trust you in the same way, it becomes easy for you, flow, and there will be peace. Without trust, your mind would not be at rest in the absence of that person. You would want to be wherever they are to ensure that they are not cheating on you or doing things behind your back. People go as far as taking different measures to monitor their partners. This is not healthy for any relationship. You should both be secured in your love for each other, making allowances and not giving chance for third parties to interfere in your relationship. Number 3, you can have fun activities together. Between work and other important activities that you take part of in a relationship, you should be able to have fun with your partner. This spices up the relationship and brings relief from the heat of the day's work. Your partner should be someone with whom you can share jokes, play games, and go on fun vacations together with. It should not always be serious business. Life can sometimes be tough, and it needs some humor to calm things down and soften these tough days. Your partner should be your best friend and not someone like a colleague or business partner. That means you should be able to have fun together, laugh at and with each other, do things that you both find interesting. Otherwise, you might become bored and look forward to going to other people or meeting with your friends for some fun. Most marriages today suffer because they cannot have fun or do the things they like with their partners. Learning each other's hobbies and sharing that time with them allows for greater intimacy and makes the relationship interesting. This is a sign that you are in the right relationship. Number 4, forgiveness. Arguments or fights would always arise between two people in a relationship. These arguments, as long as they are not intense or harsh, are actually good sign. It indicates that you both have your personal opinions and one person is not unnecessarily subdued by the other. However, after such fight and argument, there should be easy resolution and both parties should be able to admit when they are at fault. When one person admits or accepts his fault, the other person should forgive and let go. There also should be no bringing up of past offenses or using a partner's previous mistakes against them in the future. Forgiveness should be complete and absolute. The period between fight and reconciliation should also be brief. Some couples have an unhealthy habit of keeping grudges for a long time before making up. And some even make a habit of breaking up and then coming back together after some time. Both conditions are not healthy. A readiness to forgive each other is a sign of being in the right relationship. Number 5, your relationship is an example to others. Do people often make reference to the kind of intimacy you share with your partner? Do they commend the way you handle your relationship? Are your parents comfortable with it? What do your friends have to say about you and your partner? All of those are pointers to whether you are in the right relationship or not. If people disapprove of your relationship, then it's a sign that you are not getting things right. There is a limit to what people may know about you and your partner, but if that little is not something they can approve of, then you should reconsider. Admittedly, relationships are unique and should not be compared down to the smallest details because what works for one couple might not work for another. Yet, there are certain signals that people can pick from outside that tells if all is well in the relationship or not. In essence, check what people have to say about that relationship. If the report is good, and as long as you're not trying to pretend for the sake of the public, you are in the right relationship. Number 6, there is commitment on both ends. The importance of commitment in any relationship cannot be overemphasized. And it has to come from both sides as well. Commitment shows that you are both ready to go all the way. It means investing in the relationship in terms of time, money, and resources. You and your partner should also be ready to stick together through thick and thin. You fight situations and circumstances as a team. There is no backing out, even when things are not going so well. When you are both giving your best to the relationship and not leaving the burden to just one person, it shows you are in the right relationship. In essence, you call to check on each other regularly, invest in each other, and provide help and support when the need arises. Number 7, you can communicate freely. Communication is very important in any relationship. Communication goes just beyond talking. It has to be effective to allow for understanding between two people. You should be able to express yourself freely with your partner. When there are things that you are not comfortable with or find difficult to take, these things should be properly directed to your partner so that they can be resolved. Some people make the mistake of sweeping things under the carpet in hopes that there will be changes. How do you expect a change when you do not express your discomfort with the particular situation? Your partner is not telepathic, and you do not expect them to know what is on your mind at all times, even if they can pick your mood sometimes. So, there should be effective communication, which not only involves speaking, but active listening as well. Criticisms should be constructive and corrections should be done with love. Opinions and ideas should also be expressed freely in a healthy relationship. Who else should you be able to communicate freely and openly with if not your partner? Number 8, the relationship is properly defined. As obvious as this looks and sounds, there are many relationships out there that are not defined. The relationship has no direction and there is no point where both parties make a commitment to each other. Usually, people in this situation start out as friends and later start going on dates, seeing each other, texting and visiting, and doing things as though they are in a relationship when indeed they are not. In a defined relationship, you know what to expect. You know where the relationship is headed, and you can always hold each other accountable based on the commitments you have made to each other. Number 9, respect is reciprocal. You do not expect to be the same with your partner or think alike. You should be able to respect and appreciate your individual differences and use it to your advantage. One person should not try to change the other or make them see things based on their opinion alone. It should be a two-way thing where you can combine your strengths and work as a team. Also, despite becoming a team, there should be respect for each other's boundaries. In essence, even if they trust you, you do not intrude in their privacy. If your man wants to go watch football with his friends, you let him without questioning his every move. And if your lady thinks she needs a day at the spa with her friends, you give her the freedom to do so. Number 10, you support each other's endeavors. While you may not share similar goals and passion, each party should support the other towards reaching their goals and becoming better versions of themselves. If you get this kind of support from your partner, then you are in the right relationship.